responsibility huyu anafanya, pia huyu anaenda kucheck, yule anaenda kucheck, na ni kitu moja. Used an example of caps. Ukiambiwa caps, uambiwe cavis. Kama ningepata nafasi ningemuuliza Madam Christine, mnapatananga wapi na watu wa cavis? Juu wao naambiwa sijui wanafanya certification ya mimea ya mbegu, kitu yenye uelewe. Caps wanasema wana certify kila kitu. Sasa kwa nini ukue una certify kitu yenye mwingine ana certify? Si tukue na mtu mmoja kuliko tukue na kazi sote eti unaingia ofisi 5 upewe the same thing. Si niingie moja juu ya masaa ndio yule mkulima Angela kitu isispoil, si ndio? Isichomeke. Nafikiri nimemaliza. Na kasema ya muhimu kabisa, government and stakeholders ndio wako responsible. Limit public private partnership. Hapo tulisema mara mingi tukihitaji kitu kama non-governmental organization, tunaenda tunapiga magoti, tunawaambia we want to implement this thing. Tafadhali kujeni mtusikie. Wanakuja, si ndio? Lakini ni mara ngapi serikali inakuja kwa non-governmental organization nimwambie nataka kufanya hii kitu. Serikali iko juu tu, serikali inakaa tu kukanyaga kichwa. Na sijapigana na mtu yeyote. Tumesema the way non-governmental organization inaweza alika serikali, pia serikali ifanye nini? Ikue tuwe wakati serikali iko na kitu mzuri ialike hizi organization. Juu mara mingi inakuwa one way, si ndio? Hatutaki ikue hiyo ni kama dictatorship. Wacha tukue na mahali pia tunatambua organization kama hizi Pelham. Pelham inasema participatory ecological land use. Hiyo ndio kitu wanaishi wakiimba usiku wakilala, ni maneno ya agroecology. Why don't you recognize them when you are implementing some important thing touching on agroecology? Wako wa kwanza kwa hiyo kitu ya muhimu. Pata mnanisikia? Bwana asifiwe. Sataka tu ndio mnatoa. Ni kama hiyo ndio ya mwisho. Thank you very much.
Makofi. Group 2. Thank you, Group 1. You'll share the presentation to Amos. Take 5 minutes.
Tackling on the role of youth and women in agroecological trade. We had 6 priority issues. The first one is inadequate skills in agroecological production. And the recommendation is that there is need for capacity building and awareness creation. Then the responsible person. The responsible persons, the national government, county government, NGOs, stakeholders, among others. Timeline is just a continuous process. Then the second priority issue, we had limited financial access and capital. On the recommendation, there is need to develop county youth and women agroecological funds, also link groups to SACCOs and microfinance. Then the responsible person, national government, county government, NGOs like the Pelham, microfinance institutions, stakeholders, also farmers. Then on the timeline, is just also a continuous, where we can review our annual progress. Then the third one is exclusion from policy processes. Recommendations on the exclusion of policy processes. There's need for public participation before policy formulation. The responsible persons, the national government, county government, NGOs, stakeholders, among others. Then the timeline have a duration like 1 to 2 years. On their fourth priority issues, there is limited market access.
Then the recommendation, we can strengthen cross-border linkages and use of digital platform and marketing. Then the responsible person, we have the county government, cross-border product association, CAB, stakeholders, among others. Then on the timeline, it's also a continuous process. Then on the 5th one, we have rural-urban migration. On the recommendation, we can sensitize and create awareness on commercial benefit for agricultural products. The responsible is the national government, county government, NGOs like PELA, MAFSA, stakeholders, farmers, also continuous, that's in terms of timeline. Then also it is a labor intensive and time consuming. Also you find that youths are not positive about the agroecological practices. They see it as like it is very labor intensive at time. So we also need to create awareness on technology innovations and interventions. Then the responsible, you have the county government, the NGO, that's the PELA, MAFSA, SNV, and others. On the timeline, it's also a continuous process. Thank you. Group 2.
Thank you, Group 2. Group 3. Group 3. So someone is coming to take the presentation with a flash disk, so don't worry. So Group 3. Oh, Group 3, mnaomba msimame. I think moral support. So those are the professors of Group 3. In case of questions, you direct to them.
Habari ya mchana. Mumeona watu wangu wa Group 3? Si ni watu wa nguvu? Watu wa Group 3 ni wa nguvu ama hapana? Group 3 msimame. Watu wamesema nyinyi si wa nguvu. Hiyo team si ni ya watu wazito? Sawa sawa. So sisi tulikuwa tunaongelea mambo ya financing agroecological enterprises. Na priority issues tulikuwa na 5 issues. Number 1, ikawa financing needs. Then recommendation tukasema conducting a financial need assessment. By who? Responsible person ni County Department of Agriculture and Trade. Watu wangu mmepata kazi. Kwanza wabusi wako hapa ndani. Number 2, prioritizing agroecological enterprise. Recommendation tukasema lobbying and advocacy, integrating agroecological produce and trade in public policies, e.g. CIDPs and annual development plans. Responsible person wakawa county government and relevant stakeholders. Number 3, ikawa mapping agroecological enterprise actors. Recommendation ikawa develop an inventory of actors and then capacity building of actors and linkage to financial partners including international development partners. Hii inafanywa na national and county government, and then kuna public benefit organization. Point number 4 ikawa public-private partnership and engagement. Recommendation ikawa development of validations and agreement. Hii inafanywa by national and county government, then kuna PBOs. Number 5 ikawa accountability and feedback mechanism. Na tukasema recommendation ni monitoring and evaluation framework. Na hii itafanywa na national and county government na PB. Tulimalizia hapo. Na hapa kwa number 5 tukasema monitoring and evaluation itakuwa inafanywa quarterly. Otherwise hizi points zingine zote zinafaa kufanywa as from October tukiendelea.
Thank you so much. Group 4. Group 4. Group 4. Oh, sorry, pole. Group 5, you'll be ready.
So I'll submit on behalf of my group. Group 4 members, you can rise up. Wajua kuuliza maswali. Walikuwa watu washupavu, tulikuwa kila mtu hapo ni. So everyone was in that sector. Yeah, so that is the amazing group 4. And I submit. We had tulikuwa na gentleman, by the way. Where is he? Hii ni ya women power. Yeah. So the approach, we were handling question 4, and it was on processing and transportation of the agroecology produce. We took an interesting approach for our group. So we started looking at the challenges that are, of course, facing both processing and the transportation sector. And we were able to identify a number of priority areas. So laptop yetu ni kama imeamua mtaona. So I think I can proceed to save on time and just use the laptop. Shida kutumia laptop ya wenyewe na ujui, so tunaomba usaidizi. Ni duplicate. Mbona inakata? Okay, I think I'll start. So the first priority issue for us was on post-harvest management issues, because you remember during the panel discussion that we had just before lunch, there was a big problem on the agroecological produce in Arabica. So we really want to have that as a priority. And the recommendation we are giving, of course, the first one speaks to the cooling value chain, or what you could say the cold rooms, the refrigerators. And for that, we are looking at it in different levels, from the farm level to the border level until it gets to the market. So it was interesting in our group to learn that even the farmers are very innovative. There's a way you can use charcoal as your cooler, like your cooling part. And then we really want the county government in collaboration with the national government and of course the different CSOs and all the stakeholders in this room to really help us secure some cold rooms at the border points. And we are advocates for clean energy in that group. So we said it will also be amazing if we have solar-powered cold rooms. And then also speaking to the trucks, we really want, if it's a perishable agroecological produce, we really want it now to be transported in a truck that has the correct temperature. So in terms of timelines, because you can see this one touches at all the stakeholders, everyone in the whole ecosystem. So we are looking at a timeline of ASAP as soon as possible until maybe somewhere next year we can meet and reflect on the progress, because the farmers can immediately start practicing that on the farm. And then the other that we look at was in terms of still speaking to post-harvest management practices. We also touched on value addition. And under value addition, we looked at 1 point on drying. And for drying, we were recommending solar powered dryers, because we understand that we have some agroecological produce. When we just maybe dry them direct in the sunlight, they tend to lose some nutrients value. And also the other thing is that it's so easy for it, for example, kuna upepo, uchafu iletwe ndani and all that. So we are advocates of solar dryers there. And the other thing is that proper packaging, and I'm happy Group 1 really expounded very well on proper packaging. And also branding, so that everything regarding the agroecological produce and the way it's very beneficial to us is so clear out there. So everyone there who is responsible, so it's still the same people that we mentioned in the previous group. And also we were talking about Pella taking lead as a convener. So second priority issue was about now the safety of the agroecological produce. And here we are looking at both the food as well as the inputs. Yesterday we went to the field and we learned about bokashi. So we're also looking at how can that bokashi reach a farmer? And also now that food that has been produced, how can it really also now reach the market? So under safety, we are so keen on capacity building, so that everyone that is in that processing and transportation value chain is able to learn more about proper handling of the agroecological produce as well as the different inputs. So all of us are there. So we have the farmer, the warehouse operator, the national and county government, and also the CSOs. So for the timeline, there we were a bit aligned with the calendar for the government and looked at June next year. And then the next priority issue was on coordination amongst farmers and market linkages. So there, our recommendation is really advocating for farmers to have an aggregator model, because with an aggregator model, you are able to increase the volumes, you can negotiate even in terms of prices, you can also really get the certification as a group very easily. So that was our recommendation. And then, of course, there that is supposed to take lead. Of course, Pelham being the convener for all of us in this room, we want them to take lead on that and work closely with all the stakeholders in this room, more so also the CSOs and the farmers. Then the fourth priority issue for us was on notation and compliance. We had good information here about KRA, KEBS, the different licenses, the different insurance and all that. So for us, we are really advocating for consolidation of everything regarding compliance and documentation. We learned that there's some documentation you have to do to KRA. There are others you want to do now to the organizations that actually fall under KENTRED, that is KEBS. We also have is there, AFA, and the rest. So we really want to have like a one-stop shop for the documentation of the farmers when they really want to transport their produce beyond the borders, beyond Kenya. So we hope that materializes, and we are also tasking Pelham as the lead convener for this, but again, you really have to work with all the stakeholders in the room. And then lastly, we are looking at the infrastructure in a holistic way. So for infrastructure, we just, at the border points, we have like just one road for wale wakulima wanapita, the cars, the trucks, and all that. For us, that was quite ambitious, but we think if the county government and the national government, more so the Directorate for Trade takes lead on that and works closely with the Directorate for Transport and Infrastructure, they can be really helpful and really support us to really come up with very good infrastructure at our border points. So I submit on behalf of my group. Thank you.
Claps for Group 4. Maini ya mwisho. Are we done? So this is Group 5. Oh, tuko pamoja. Group 5. So this is the last group, and then now we have a way forward as we finish. So try to be brief.
Okay, good evening. Group 5, tusimame pia sisi tuonekane. Heavyweights. Gender balance. Naona iko na gender balance. Hata age balance, kila kitu balance, regional balance. Okay, as group 5, we were So as group 5, we were handling number 5, which is around policies around cross-border trade. And under policies, we realize it doesn't fall directly under us. Some policies zinakuwa formulated, then they trickle down to either of us to either fall in line or implement. Sindio? So now, what we are handling here, mostly we are going to mention the recommendations around the priority issues and what can be done. So what we did as a priority issue number 1 is formal trade agreements, and our recommendation is to create awareness about the existing trade agreements. So we have EAC agreements, like the free trade areas under EAC. We also have COMESA agreements. Kwa hivyo uki-export or importing from Tanzania, you are dealing with an EAC partner state, sawa? And the agreements that EAC apply to, or Kenya subscribes to. When you are trading with another country that iko COMESA, you are going to deal with it under those COMESA terms. So it is good to get sensitized or be aware as a trader or someone in that chain kuhusu hizo, and the responsible person is the Ministry of Trade and the Directorate of Trade and even trade associations. We familiarize ourselves with the existing formal trade agreements and then sensitize people around us, the community, the county, and all that. And we are proposing timelines of biannually, that is twice a year. The second priority issue is simplified trade regimes, sensitization and awareness, and even stakeholder engagement. So the simplified trade regime is for small traders. What we were saying, goods under $2,000 customs value. So these will fall under KRA customs, and we usually do them, and we are proposing timelines of quarterly, thrice a year. You can know the simplified trade regime, because small scale traders are coming up daily and daily. The other priority issue we talked about is trade facilitation policies, and that is we familiarize ourselves with the frequently changing policies and also the cross-border operations. So we have policies, Leo, we have a policy through KEBS that has come up, another policy through KRA, another policy through KEFIS, and through these bodies, the cross-border trade associations and the BMCs, the border management committees, they're able to circulate these policies to the people under them. You'll find that most of the border management committees is comprised of all the stakeholders, kuna KRA, KEFIS, including the transporters, small-scale traders. They are represented in the border management committees who can take responsibility of all that. And we are proposing this to be done continuously as things arise, or annually. Just once a year, suit as the BMC, sensitize people, know what is coming up, new changes, we sensitize the people. Then we have formalization of incentives. Incentives are things like, for example, if you are registered as a business, what opportunities do you have? Kama uko iTax, what opportunities do you have or can you access? Now we have e-teams. When you're on e-teams, your invoicing is made easier, and also your filing of returns. So the people who are responsible for this are the border management committees again, and also the Ministry of Trade, because of the business registrations, okay? And we're also proposing this to be done annually. Our last priority issue is a major issue, which is anti-corruption policies. That is a challenge in every part of this country, okay? And we said we need to sensitize people on cross-border operations. Why did we say cross-border operations? Because as a trader, you need to know what is my responsibility as a trader? What is the responsibility of KRA? What is the responsibility of an AP? Ule mtu wa security pale kwa border, okay? You need to know role ya kila mmoja wao, so that when you're even engaging a clearing agent, unajua role ya clearing agent. So the border management committee has access to all these parties, and they can bring them together and sensitize the public on the cross-border operations, and this we propose it to be done continuously. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. I love that mtu wa customs ndo amepresent hii ya policy. Thank you. Now, I think we have had a lot of presentations around cross-border trade. We are going to compile all this and share the resources and the report. Ni sawa? And some of us have actions. So if I call you, usinikatie simu, I'll be following up on actions depending on the stakeholder. Even as Pelham, we have seen some actions for Pelham. For us, we are an NGO, but we work with partners. So we'll now see how to get resources to actualize some of the actions. But one thing that we have done, Emmanuel, Mama. So on Friday, Emmanuel and myself will be on Nation FM talking about cross-border trade. Emmanuel, utaambia nini wananchi kwa redio?
Unajua hapo sasa nitakuwa nimeinuliwa. Nakaa hapo nasema kwanza nimekaa na mtu wa cross border, nimekuwa na huyu na amesema hii. Watu wamesema kuna vitu unaweza beba bure. Mbona ukataa kuchukua profits yenye iko ile upande ingine? Serikali iko hapo na imesema inakusaidia uende huko uvuke border, uinuke na uchumi, si ndio? Tuchukue opportunities yenye iko upande ingine. Zingine tunaleta hapa, si ndio? Tuongeze ujuzi yenye tuko nayo. Na tumesema tukue na agroecology yenye ukisimama tu anywhere in this world inajulikana ni nini tunasema. Tusikuwe na agroecology yenye mtu wa Uganda akisimama akifika hapa na tunasema sijui ni yule mtu wa kona nini ndio anafanya agroecology hii. We want something that is one. Na hiyo ndio Pelham iko hapa. We are very much grateful that wakati tunaongea hivi vitu watu wa serikali na watu wa government wako na sisi. Mara mingi watu nasikia kama hii kitu haiwezi enda mbali. Sasa hii nikisema niko na mtu wa KRA, ukitaka hiyo process upite mbio mbio, nani hawezi taka kusaidika? Si tunataka tuko na watu wa standard gaps. Nani hawezi taka kuuza kitu yenye inaenda kujenga ule mtu mwingine? I think we have a lot of information. We are very much grateful even for the perfect presentation. Unajua sasa yeye imeenda shule kubwa sana.
Thank you. 10 a.m. on Friday, we are going to share the poster. It will also be live on Facebook kwa wale wa mtandao. Maybe they don't even want to tune in kwa radio. We are going to share the poster so that you also tune in. For me, I liked the points from the different categories. So from a farmer, from KEBS, from, KRA, from government, national and county. I think we have gathered a lot. Me and Emmanuel have to sit down and, streamline what you're going to say on behalf of the team here. Thank you so much. And I think we are finished in terms of the agendas for the day. And what we are going to do as Pelham is to compile everything we have learned today. We even have videos that we have taken. So we're going to do all the compiling, upload on YouTube, share the report. For the report, maybe give us a week, because a lot, you guys are like professors. Tumeandika a lot of things on behalf of you, and we are going to populate. Now, as we finish, I think everyone here has signed their transport and logistics. So tushatuma, I think less than 48 hours mtakuwa nayo. But if you have Fuliza, that's not my problem. I'm sorry. Hiyo ni maisha tu, but you will receive what you are signing. Because we started with government, we have to finish with government. Si ni kweli? So I want to invite John again to just close for us, and you don't have to promise anything. I know you have to do consultation, but before that, kuna mtu wa KEBS. Charity has something to say. Maybe just come to the front as John prepares to come and close for us. And all of you are booked and those who are sleeping, you can sleep today, because if you have not checked out, we have already been charged. So just explore Nakuru, economy grow pia ya Nakuru, do some shopping, Yeah. So thank you. Maybe Charity in a minute.
Sorry, I just wanted to confirm something about harmonization so that we don't go away with an error. KEBS participates in harmonization of regional. Regional is East Africa, COMESA, Africa standards, and also international. And then once we harmonize them, we adopt them as Kenya standards. So in case you have a product that you are exporting somewhere and there is no harmonized standard, please let us know. Yeah? Yes. Yeah.
Let her know. In case now we have a contact, please network so that you don't go back with problems, and we have people here who can help you. So karibu sana, Mr. Wainaina. Please close for us this forum. And after we close, we are going to push the tables. We take a group photo here so that we have a group photo for those who are here. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Ratemo. So I think we have come to the end of our workshop, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every person here, all the organizations that are represented here. Even though I feel that we kind of beat more than we could chew, I think we have left something. So maybe next time we'll have a bit of more adequate time. But it's a good start. I think it's a conversation that you have started. I'm glad about the action plans that we have been able to make. And I believe specific institutions are going to take something home. And of course, it's a plus for us, like the ministry, for example, because of the agroecological strategy. You already started implementing it for us. And so we are grateful. Mine is just to wish you well. Please study that action plan as you go back to your institutions. Let's see what we can do even before we are able maybe to meet at a session like this one. So asanteni sana. For those who will be traveling far, muende salama. Tuonane wakati mwingine. Thank you. Asanteni.
Tufunge na maombi alafu tuchukue picha, ama tuchukue picha kwanza. Tuombe. So I know we have some religious people here in terms of pastor, bishop, or seer, Please come and bless us. We have travels tomorrow. Kuna watu ambao leo wana travel pia. Please bless their travel.
Basi tuamke, tuamini, tuombe. Na mufunge macho. Basi tuombe. Basi Baba, katika jina la Yesu kuu, tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya uaminifu wako. Tunasema ni asante kwa sababu ya utukufu na baraka. Mwenyezi Mungu, tulianza tukiitisha jina lako takatifu. Tumeendelea na wewe, imefika wakati tunataka kuachana kimwili na kiroho tuwe pamoja. Jalia kila mpango. Kuna wengine ambao wanaenda kutumia vyombo ambavyo vimetengenezwa na mikono ya binadamu. Tunavikabidhi mkononi mwako. Jalia kila mpango. Tuongoze na tujalie na tubariki. Wale wafadhili wote tunaweka mkono mwako. Walimu wote ambao walipitisha information kwetu tunaweka mikono mwako. Jalia kila mpango. Na waongoze na wabariki. Katika jina la Yesu kuu naomba na kuamini.